Hey guys, how's it going? Odyssey here. Thank you for joining me on the training ground today. We are looking at crossing opportunities. I'm about to break your brain here right now when I tell you that crossing is very much viable in FIFA 21. I've been doing it from the very start. It goes against the meta. It is completely destroying these meta defenses. Don't listen to what people tell you when they tell you it's not meta. It's difficult to learn. There is a high skill curve with it. Once you've taken the time to learn those 4 key fundamentals that I've placed on screen right now, along with those subsections, you will be able to dominate against these meta defenders. Let me explain further. So people are selecting and choosing to prioritize key stats in defenders and overlooking stats that are presenting to you an opportunity to score a lot of goals. So we're talking about aggression and strength and jumping and heading accuracy and defensive awareness, and they're choosing to go for pace. And what they're failing to realize, especially nowadays, what you're seeing as well, which I just wanted to touch on, is this whole fullback meta with centre backs, where putting fast fullbacks as centre backs is the way to go forward to ensure that you're not getting destroyed by these very fast attacking cards that are now in the game. And they're just failing to take into consideration these stats that you are able to take advantage of, like I just listed before, the number of them, jumping, defensive awareness, and so on and so forth. And it just presents you a real opportunity to score a vast amount of goals from crossing the ball into the box. However, there is very much a skill curve. It does take some time to learn those 4 key fundamentals that are on screen at the very start. So take what I tell you today, go to the training pitch, really take the time to understand them. I've categorized all of my clips today. I've placed headers in front of them to outline the various crosses that are available to you. If you take the time to learn them all, you've got a very advanced toolkit to really take full advantage of these opportunities that are available to you. So let me just go through a couple of basic examples. If they're choosing defenders with poor aggression, which you see a lot of nowadays, poor jumping like Semedo and Ferland Mendy and Joe Gomez, you can absolutely have a field day, and I do. If you look at my latest video, which was a 17-0 video on the FUT Champs, we won all 17 games undefeated, and I use this method with crossing time and time again for 2 reasons mostly. Firstly, it's anti-meta. Secondly, people don't know how to defend against it, even if they do realize what we're trying to do, because their defender choices are completely irrelevant to what we're trying to do, because they can't stop it anyway. It very much is meta. You just got to take the time to understand it. So let's talk about the fundamentals today. The first one is positioning. Where are your attackers inside the box? Where are the opposition defenders? And you know, that sort of starts the crossing opportunity for you. Of course, you need to have someone to aim for inside the box. The second bit is the space available in the box after you've chosen your selected receiver. And that's what I like to call the prime area. So this prime area is the designated area inside the box that you want your attacker to move into in order to finish off that opportunity. So that's obviously dependent on the 2 prerequisites that I just listed, which is the position of your attackers and of course the position of the opposition defenders. The third thing you'll want to look at after you've identified the prime area is of course the type of cross you're going to deliver into the box. As I said, I pre-categorized all of the clips you're seeing today. There are a number of different crosses available to you. A lot of people tell me it's a lottery, there's only one type of cross, you just press X and hope for the best inside the box. But what that shows me is a lack of understanding. There's a number of different crosses available to you in FIFA. You just need to take the time to learn them all, identify the prime area and your target, and then choose, after you've learnt these various crosses, the best tool for the job basically. Of course, that's dependent on things like the angle with the attacker, the amount of power you need to place on the cross also. All of these things determine the best tool to go with in terms of the cross into the box. And the last thing, of course, is how are you hoping for the attacker to attack your ball into the box once they've got themselves into the prime area? So that obviously is dependent on how you've delivered the cross into the box, of course, like I just touched on previously. Did you do a driven cross or a lofted cross to the back post? Obviously, of course, it goes back even further in terms of where are your opposition defenders placed. Are you going to loft one to the back post so you can dominate over the top of the defender, because using a driven pass will just mean that the opposition defender is able to simply kick that driven cross away with no trouble whatsoever. You need to start looking at a deeper understanding of how you want to finish that opportunity. But firstly, creating those opportunities are very much the most difficult part. A lot of the time, after I've taken the time to go through the fundamentals and really work and create my chance exactly how I want it to be, the finish is the easiest part, because you've done all of the legwork. All you've got to do is simply put the ball in the back of the net from 6-10 yards. That very much is the easiest part. I just want to say as a disclaimer, headers this year are manual, so they do take some time to learn, but once you've actually got a good understanding of how to head the ball manually, it gives you even more control to finish the opportunity. So it very much works in your favor. Like I said, once again, I'm not saying it's easy. There's no magic recipe here. It very much is taking the time to understand it, working on those fundamentals as much as you can, and using the meta to your advantage in order to really sort of take the most amount of opportunity from the weaknesses that your opponent is showing to you as well. So it very much works in a very proactive way. So take that time, keep learning, and every bit that you do learn is benefit to you. More crosses you're putting in your toolkit, learning how to identify better prime areas inside of the box, quickly assess situations, lots of different factors as well. But I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you want me to talk about anything in particular in more detail, be sure to drop a comment down below and let me know as well if there's anything in particular you would like to see moving forward on the channel, maybe a particular guide or a deeper understanding of finishing or passing, anything along those sort of lines also. But thank you for your time today, guys. I really appreciate it. We'll catch you next time, and have a great evening.